What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we've done some designers, which a part 2 has been requested. We've done some cheapies, which a part 2 has been requested. And we're about to do some fall clones, which I have a feeling a part 2 will be requested. That's what the comments are for. Okay. So I've got 10 that are going to be in and out of my rotation. A couple that I've actually been wearing already because I've had some milder days, back to some hotter days. It's going to flip-flop when you're on the Gulf Coast. That's just what it is. But sooner than later, going to get milder and milder days. We're 11 days out of the recording of this, the official first day of fall. So we're talking fall fragrance clones that I recommend you maybe check out. Stuff that I'll be reaching for from time to time this fall myself. There's links down below if you want to check them out. But as per usual, you don't have to buy nothing to watch these videos. It's just there for convenience. Let's talk about these 10. Stay tuned. We got a good one. That's a new one from Khadlaj. Shiyaaka Shadow. Kind of falls in between Bad Boy Cobalt and Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir because it is a little earthy and woodsy, which you get a little bit more earthiness out of Cobalt Elixir, but you still get that hefty plum as it starts to settle in that you get more so out of Cobalt with the muskiness and everything. Like like I said, it kind of falls in between. Kind of how Afnan Rare Carbon I've always found to fall in between Ombre Leather and Ombre Leather Parfum, where you get elements of both. I think you kind of have the same thing going on here. And just after a few days when I first got it, it macerated rather quickly and got really strong. It opens up a little softer, and then within 30 minutes to an hour, it gets stronger and stronger as it kind of settles into the heart. And then it's got great longevity, great sillage. It just, at first, the first few minutes doesn't really project too heavy, but, you know, give it a few minutes. That changes. Again, great option. Love the sleek bottle design. But I mean, I've always liked the bottle, but in matte black, I think it's the best looking one when you compare it to the rest of the line, Shiyaaka Red, Shiyaaka Blue, and stuff like that. This is a good one. Definitely worth checking out for the fall. It's Shiyaaka Shadow. A clone that's got a little bit of a twist. It's supposed to be Scandal Absolute, which was one of my favorite designers released in 2024. It's got a little bit of an aquatic feel in the opening, though, with that plum, woody, floral, caramel sweetness. All the elements as it dries down are there. But the opening's a little aquatic, actually. It's from Lattafa. It's Sheikh Shuyukh Supreme. I actually like the bottle design here. Blue aqua frosting. Cheap plastic garbage cap. Nothing special here, but the fragrance is really good. It's really good. Like, really, really, really good. Like, this is one of the better fragrances I've gotten from Lattafa in a while. Definitely put this up there with kind of a must if you want to spend literally $20 or less. I paid $19 from Fragflex. It's in that link below. $19. 50 ml of Scandal Absolute is going to run you like 80 to 90 from discounters. Don't get me wrong, it's freaking incredible. But it's kind of hard to see. Just get this because it's a little bit of a twist, but it dries into pretty much the same fragrance. Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances, they use cheaper oils. They're rather synthetic smelling anyway, so it's on par. Same quality. Great performance. $19. Sweet, woodsy, a little floral, but caramel sweet, and you actually get some aquatic freshness that's not in the notes, but it's definitely there in the profile. Again, from Lattafa, this is Sheikh Shuyukh Supreme. Eros with a Middle Eastern twist, right? Eros Najim. This is the clone. Qaed Fursan Untamed, another one from Lattafa that's already gotten pretty cheap. I think it's down in the $25 to $30 range now. It was like 40-something dollars when I got it. Another one, kind of a caramel vanillic type of sweetness. Woodsy, smoky, very oriental, a little fruity and sweet at the top. Very faint. You got to really deep dive in the aroma to find the Eros tie-in for the DNA. But as a standalone, it's a beautiful, woodsy, sweet, smoky, lightly spiced oriental fragrance. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Good stuff, man. Really good performer. It's cheap. The quality here is decent. I wouldn't put it on upper tier level, but definitely not a super cheap and synthetic smelling fragrance to me. Very warm and cozy, really good for those cooler evenings. I mean, you can wear it during the day, but really good for those cooler evenings. And from Lattafa, we've got Qaed Fursan Untamed. Let's do something a little bit fresher, because I think you can really wear this year round. I think for those of you that want something on the fresher side for those milder, slightly warmer fall days, I think Armaf Niche White Diamond would serve you well. Now, what do I like about this one? It smells like Lacoste White, Lacoste L1212 Blanc, EDT, the original. Well, that's a fresh fragrance, not completely. It's got a soft, subtle, supple brown leather accord, a little bit of white florals with some juicy grapefruit. It's well-rounded. It's, casual meets kind of elegantly dapper. That makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, but I know what I'm trying to say, and I'm saying it, right? So you get some citrus, you get some florals, you get some leather. Very, very well-rounded, great everyday scent. So you get a little bit of depth and a little bit of body from that leather accord, soft woods, with the elegance of a soft touch of white floral that is very present without making it, girly and flowery, with some beautiful citrus, and this is an eau de parfum. It performs like the original's profile, just with eau de parfum concentration. It's so good. God, this is so good. Because the actual L1212 Blanc eau de parfum smells nothing like this. It smells like if you mixed YSLY with Lacoste White with Coach Blue. Like it's more of a musky, aquatic, lime blue fragrance. It doesn't really stay true to this one. This is the true eau de parfum successor, parfum concentration flanker to it. I think this is better. I would recommend getting this over the original. That's rare because it is that good. It's spot on. It performs better. The bottle's really nice, and it's like $30, a little less than $30, right around $30. It's a good one. It's a good one from Armaf's niche line. This is White Diamond. A lot of people love them some Xerjoff Tony Iommi Monkey Special. Well, Paris Corner's got you covered with their version called Mysterium. Get a little bit of that boozy sweetness, but it's more so got like that slight earthy feel to it with the tobacco. This kind of tobacco earthiness is what I've always gotten from it. Very sweet, a little on the fruity side. Again, has that booziness to it. I don't even recall tobacco being in here, but I've always gotten like a tobacco leaf earthiness to it in the original, and I also get it in here. A little bit of funkiness to it, man. This is, I would say, every bit of 80-85% accurate to Monkey Special. A little bit of a twist, but pretty accurate overall. Really freaking strong. This stuff is an absolute beast. And I would strongly encourage checking it out if you don't want to spend Monkey Special money, but you want to get really close to Monkey Special profile. Here you go. This is a little bit bolder, darker elements to it, From Paris Corner, we're going to focus whether it likes it or not. It's Mysterium. Admittedly, these are for those colder days and really more so in the winter for me, but it's been a while. I'm actually ready to wear it. The greatest plum fragrance of all time is Bond No. 9's Andy Warhol, and the only clone you should consider has always been from Sensual Obsessions. This is King Andy. This is the last rendition I got from it. It's changed many times over the years. I have several original formulas and second versions, and some that are more plum heavy, some that are more wood funky heavy. This is very balanced. This has the juicy, super juicy fruit plum, nice oud funkiness to it, ambery, spicy. Crazy performance. It doesn't matter which version's available. Just get King Andy. Get whatever Andy Warhol version Kevin's currently got available. And I can almost guarantee you'll be happy with it. If you don't mind a little bit of oud funkiness with some super, just bit into a plum type of juiciness. Oh, man. Crazy cozy type of stuff. This is phenomenal. Like I said, I actually like it more so in the winter, but it's been a while. I'm rather eager to get a nice cool evening to wear this one in the fall. Again, from Sensual Obsessions, this is their clone of Bond No. 9's Andy Warhol. It's called King Andy. Now, we briefly mentioned this one earlier because I still believe it's the way to go if you don't have the originals. There's $15, $20 amber and leather clones from Maison Alhambra. And sure, that's fine, dandy, wonderful, and it'll get you by. But to me, for around $30, the best way to go about getting ombre leather without actually buying ombre leather is Afnan Rare Carbon, which we mentioned earlier. This falls in between the Parfum and the original because you get that bright leather, you get a little bit of that floral smell, but more so you get a little bit of that orris floral smell with some violet leaf, which is the two main discerning, differing notes in the Parfum version. So it kind of falls in between. Beautiful fragrance. This is so good. Quality, a little fruity, good performer, it's cheap. It's just really good. Now, I do have Ombre Leather Parfum, Eau d'Ombre Leather. I got all of them, except for the private blend version. I got all of them, but for a while, after I went through my decants of Ombre Leather and Ombre Leather Parfum, I knew eventually I wanted to get the actual bottles. But then I got this, and I was like, wow, this will hold me off for a while. And it did. Almost 2 years went by that when I was in the mood, I would just give this a couple of sprays. 3 sprays was all I ever really needed because it's strong. Do I recommend getting the originals? Of course, but I mean, if you don't want to spend the money, because even 50 mLs are over $100 for Ombre Leather and Ombre Leather Parfum, you can spend 30, and I can promise you, you'll be satisfied for the most part. I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I can tell you, if you have similar taste to me and you value my opinion, this one's the way to go. It always has been. That has not changed. So strongly encourage it if you like Ombre Leather. It's Rare Carbon from Afnan. Still my favorite twist on Hachivat. I think they nailed it. This is from Dumont. This is in their Borouj line. This is Spiritus. This is fruity citrus. This is nice woody green spiced. It's not really all that smoky as far as the way the oak moss comes across. Nice and woodsy. Crazy performance. Quality is outstanding on this fragrance. Love the bottle. Great atomizer. It's pretty much spot on. It really does the job. This is one of Dumont's best creations, in my opinion. It's pretty much a dead ringer, absolute, not exact one-to-one, because no clones really are one-to-one with originals, but I mean about as close as it gets, in my opinion, to Nishane's Hachivat. Both in performance, scent profile, it gets really close in quality. It's pretty on par for the most part. This is the way to go. Here's your dressier occasion, rather dapper fragrance for the fall in this particular lineup. This is the one I would recommend. This is your church fragrance right here. This is your Oxford. This is your quarter zip. This is your V-necks. This is your Henleys. Right here. From Dumont, it's Borouj Spiritus. Every year, a fall list of some sort should include the 1 million Prive DNA, whether it be the long discontinued 1 million Prive itself or the almost Milano Prive Pandora Scents line from Paris Corner. You can get this for around $20 to $25 range, and it's the same fragrance. Ambery, sweet, earthy tobacco, cinnamon spice. Now, I have 1 million Prive. I have 2 bottles. I'm always just going to wear 1 million Prive. I don't actually wear this. I've tested it. I've spent time with it when I first got it to really evaluate it so I could see, do I have a good cheap alternative to recommend so you don't have to go on eBay and overpay for 1 million Prive? Because while 1 million Prive is one of the greatest autumn fragrances of all time, value is value. You shouldn't pay over retail for that. So I have, fortunately, 250 mLs of the real deal, so I just wear the real deal. But for those of you that don't have it and are newer to this and would love to experience what a lot of people tout as one of the greatest autumn fragrances of all time, it's not just me. This screams fall season. This is the way to go. It's spot on. It's almost 1-to-1. They get so close, so close. If you smell this, you know the 1 million Prive experience without having to smell the original. I truly believe that. That's how close it is. Again, no clones are truly 1-to-1. They're just not. It's impossible to have 100% exact match. But boy, you can get really, 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 really close sometimes. In Paris Corner with this, they got really, 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 really close. In their Pandora Scents line, this is Milano Prive. Last but not least, we love some Parfums de Marly Altair in this online community. And to me, number one is still Paris Corner. I mean, not Paris Corner. We just finished talking Paris Corner. Fragrance World, French Avenue line, Liquid Brun. Yep, Vanilla Dunes in the Khadlaj Island line's great. The one I got from Paris Corner the other day, Perseverance, fantastic. Fantastic stuff. But this is still the one. I still think this is the closest representation of the actual scent profile, quality, and performance. Overall scent development from top to bottom. I just think this is the one that gets you the closest. I actually recommend getting this over the original. I have from the first time I recommended it. It was because I don't have my decant of Altair anymore. And I've always liked Altair, but it didn't blow me away to the point to where it was like, yeah, I got to spend the money. If I get a clone that gets me close enough, I'll be happy with that. Then this, what I dubbed Clone of the Year in 2024, came around. I think a lot of people would agree this was getting hyped to death last year, and it still gets a lot of love because it still deserves it. Just because others are coming out with more Altair clones doesn't mean this isn't the best one still. I still think it's the best one. Khadlaj Island Vanilla Dunes gets really close. I recommend that one too. If you want more woods, go with Khadlaj Island Vanilla Dunes. If you want more creaminess of the vanilla, go with Liquid Brun. If you want a little bit more spice, believe it or not, go, where's it at? Oh, it's on the shelf up there. You can't see it next to the trophy. It's 2 bottles back. It's in the line of bottles right here. But Perseveron from Paris Corner. It's a little bit spicier. So there's different twists to it. Depends on picking your poison with your taste. But for me, accuracy, scent profile, development from top to bottom, performance, price, bottle, everything. Checks all the boxes. This is the one. One of the best for fall, in my opinion, too, if you like vanilla fragrances. Vanilla and orange blossom, woods and spices, and a little hint of citrus. It's French Avenue from Fragrance World's Liquid Brun. Well, that was the 10. We could always do 10 more if you want to see a part 2. Like I said, I've already had requests for part 2 on the cheap fall list, which is usually cheaper designers. The actual designer lists, I did 15 of those, got requests for part 2. Because I throw it out there. If you want to see part 2, let me know. And a lot of comments on that. So same thing here. You want to see a part 2 for some really good fall clones I would suggest checking out? Hit me up in the comments. So again, if you want to do a little bit of shopping, there's some links down below. Of course, you don't have to buy nothing, but they are there if you want to use them. It does help support the channel, and I would sure appreciate it. And the other thing I would appreciate is if you like and subscribe before you leave, and I hope you have a great day. Have a good one.